Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship. Warning, censorship.
The other day I was driving down Yonge Street in what used to be Canada's most bustling and vibrant metropolis. Alas, the streets of Toronto could make for a backdrop for the latest episode of The Walking Dead. The theaters are closed, the boutiques are closed, the cinemas are closed, the restaurants are closed. Well, the sit-down restaurants are. You can always purchase your food curbside. Oh, how divine. And then you can just stand there sitting, chomping into your cheeseburger in single-degree weather, trying not to turn your jacket into a food-stained tablecloth. Ah, such lovely ambience, no? Oh, and if you need to answer the call of nature, folks, good luck. For your safety, you see, virtually all the bathrooms are closed because we all know that, pandemic or not, it's so much more hygienic if one tinkles in a dark alley instead of a well-lit washroom. Never forget to pack that hand sanitizer. But the thing is, it soon dawned on me that without the cinemas and the theaters and the shops and the sit-down restaurants, really, what is a city other than just a chunk of sterile real estate occupied by so much concrete, glass, and steel? You know, years ago, there used to be a pinball arcade near Yonge and Dundas that had an illuminated sign that proclaimed, "Yonge Street is Fun Street." Not anymore. But the thing is, how did we get here? How did fun, and for that matter, normalcy, end up on the endangered species list? How did a pandemic with a global death toll that resembles a really bad flu season put us in a predicament in which lives are being ruined, millions remain unemployed, and thousands of businesses have been shuttered? And oh, by the way, so many of those businesses, they are not coming back whenever life resumes in the post-pandemic era, whenever that will be. Alas, a key catalyst for the non-medical misery this pandemic has spawned is a new kind of unelected, non-accountable politician. It sounds like I am describing a dictator, but I call them doc-tators, because these tyrants tend to have medical degrees and they know best. Just ask them. But when the smoke settles and the dust clears and COVID-19 is a long forgotten nightmare fading away in the rearview mirror of history, one thing is certain: we must have inquiries as to how it is that public health officers got to wield such incredible power. Like the power to shut down and lock down and change locks on businesses and even sick the riot police on eateries and churches and gymnasiums, even though there is virtually no evidence that these places are super spreader crucibles. And who exactly are these medical health brainiacs? Well, there's Dr. Theresa Tam, someone who refers to pregnant women as pregnant people, someone who supports the idea of people wearing ankle bracelets on their legs, you know, so that she can keep track of you. Yeah, Big Tam is watching you. Meanwhile, in Ontario, do you feel comfortable that the province's two top docs, Dr. David Williams and Dr. Barbara Yaffe, have such incredible arbitrary powers to influence our lives in such an oppressive fashion? I sure don't. I mean, remember that hot mic moment for the ages that occurred back in December?
I don't know why I bring all these papers. I never look at them.
Oh, when you're giving numbers, I do. I go, oh. I said that. Did you really do that?
I just say whatever they write down for me.
That's why I look at things.
I hate to be rude here, but who is they exactly? I thought Williams and Yaffe were they. Is they the World Health Organization? Is they some gaggle of federal bureaucrats? I suppose we'll never find out for sure. But hey, doctor knows best. But there's the thing. Public health officers should be advisors to the various governments, not the actual decision makers in the government. But that's what these doctors have evolved into today. Indeed, there's a perverse symbiotic relationship occurring right now. These doctors are becoming drunk with powers they never dreamed they could ever have. Meanwhile, the actual people in power, be it the Prime Minister or the premiers or the mayors, well, they're happy to pass the buck to these MDs as a way to embrace CYA, you know, cover your collective asses.
That's an excerpt from my daily show, the Ezra Levant Show. Every day I do a monologue on the news of the day, then I interview an interesting guest, and then I read my hate mail. You gotta subscribe. Go to rebelnews.com.